Mock draft number 3, corrected version, plus live stream update. So I got a bit of flack from you guys over my mock drafts and some of my selections. Admittedly so, they could have been more thought out, and I really missed out a few of the guys. I really don't know these guys that well, so I'm really learning over this time. I saw Craig Button's list, and kind of weird. Some of his picks, kind of weird. So I kind of thought, hey, let me redo mine. I'll do the first 15 again, and with what I think are more accurate and with some actual reasoning behind it. Not lots, but a little bit. So that's all right here at, forget what I'm doing, at Talking Habs with me, Rick. Number 1 Habs channel dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. There's a little bit of a different look. I'm changing up my studio a little bit. So, where was I? In all things hockey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That'll notify you of all my videos as they come out. Somewhere around here, the buttons. And leave any comments in the comment section below. Love to read your comments, and I do read them all. So let's get right into it. So like I said, Craig Button's, if you look at it, his personal list of the draft, I only saw the first 31. There's some weird picks there. So I thought I might do an act. Mine are kind of cringeworthy when I look back on them. I know I said I wouldn't do another one. I wanted just to do an updated version so I don't leave my legacy in my first year with such horrible picks. So that's the reason. Let's start. Number 1 pick goes to New Jersey. They're going to take Jack Hughes, of course. Center. While Hughes might not have as big an impact next season as Capo, but being a center, at number 1, a center usually is a bigger part of a team's quick success. So I think he'll be picked first because of that, just because of that. Well, not just because of that, but he will be picked first. There's a lot of talk that maybe Kako, with his performance at the World Hockey Championship, might convince New Jersey to take him. I don't think so. And I think Hughes will have a better career overall. Kako will have the bigger impact early on, and Hughes will have the bigger career overall. I think that's how it'll work out. Number 2, New York Rangers. Kako, right wing, of course, good enough to be number 1, and will probably have that bigger impact in his first year and maybe first 2 years, but will still go number 2. Chicago, pick number 3, Bowen Byram. I'll probably get flack over this one still. No matter that Chicago has a cupboard full of defensive prospects, Byram gets the nod here, in my opinion. NHL ready and number 1 defenseman potential, and should be able to step right in next season. Number 4 pick, the Avalanche. Alex Turcotte. That's one that I was kind of cringeworthy about. I thought I had him. I realized I had him way too low in the draft. Alex Turcotte, center. The Avs have trouble getting a lot of secondary scoring, and Turcotte will go a long way towards solving that problem. Turcotte's going to help them with that secondary scoring. That's for sure. And you know what? The fact that they can pick up a guy like Turcotte, I'm not so sure they're going to try to make a move at the draft and trade down, like, say, to Montreal to pick up Drouin. They might really want to get Turcotte, and they're not going to trade to hit their pick. I kind of think that's how it's going to go. Number 5, L.A. Dylan Cousins, center. LA needs help everywhere. By picking Cousins, they add speed, scoring, and toughness all in one package. Number 6, Detroit. Trevor Zegras, center winger for that deep U.S. Under 18, U.S. NDPT, whatever it is. Say that 5 times fast. Yzerman will want the best player available, and that should be Zegras. He might need to add a little maturity to his game. That's kind of a knock on him, I hear. But he has all the other tools, and Yzerman shouldn't pass on him. I don't think he will. Buffalo, number 7. Kirby Dach, center. Buffalo needs a center to play behind Eichel. And now that they've signed Skinner, who was a winger, I think they're going to pick a center. They need a guy to play behind Eichel. Everyone else they have they don't put up much points anyway. And I think they also could use some size up front. And Dak provides both. He's a big guy. Edmonton, number 8. I had him in my first draft, and I think I'm right here. Cole Caulfield, right wing. Edmonton needs a scoring winger to make up for that awful trade, Taylor Hall to New Jersey. And Caulfield definitely fits the bill. I had him going here in my earlier draft, as I just said, and he's the purest sniper in the draft. And he'd look good next to McDavid or Draisaitl. So yeah, I see them going. I thought so in the first place for the same reason. They got all these big guys around him. Why not pick up a sniper, even though he's small? And I've seen highlights of him since, man. This kid looks good, and I think he might be NHL ready. And if not, he is very close. Number 9, Anaheim. Now, I know I just did a video on Peyton Krebs, hopefully dropping down, but it wasn't like I said, oh, he's going to drop down. I hope he does, but I don't know. I think Anaheim might pick Peyton Krebs, center. The Ducks need help everywhere as well. I think I said that about another team. Yes. And I think they start with Krebs and his leadership. Krebs played for a lousy Kootenay Ice team and was great. He could help turn things around here in Anaheim pretty quickly. Number 10, Vancouver. I had written in Matthew Boldy because there's a lot of talk that that's who they really want. But, you know, Alex Newhook is out there still, and his stock has risen. And he's already plays in BC, so he's from Newfoundland, but he's playing his whole junior career in BC. He's kind of like a BC boy. And his speed is something the Canucks could use up front. They've got a good crop of forwards up front, but they're not the speediest. And I think they could use a guy like Newhook. So I'm picking Alex Newhook for Vancouver. Number 11, Philadelphia. Matthew Boldy, left winger. Flyers, D is kind of okay to the point where there's apparently talk that Gossesbeer is going to be traded. But the offense could use help. Boldy's big and puts up numbers and probably fits the bill for what they need. Number 12, the Wild. Here it might be a bit on. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with this. Moritz Seider, defense. Seider may be the next best defenseman in the draft, and his size and top pairing potential are what the Wild could use. Even though they need offense too, I feel they will pick a defenseman. I can't go with more than I kind of have a gut feeling, right or wrong, that they're going to pick a defenseman. This one's probably going to give me some flack, but Florida, number 13. I'm going to go with the guy I picked in my first version of this. Spencer Knight, goalie. With Luongo retiring, I think he's retiring, and Bobrovsky's still only a possibility, not a sure thing, and anyways, Knight's not going to be ready next year. I think Florida picks Knight. I think they pick a goalie, and I think it's going to be Spencer Knight. Arizona, number 14. Another player I like. Cam York, defense. Arizona needs offense, that's clear. I think they will take York, whose numbers are good from the back end, and I think they're going to trade for or sign a UFA to get the upfront offense. There's talk of Kessel going there. There's talk of them taking on Marleau, although I don't know how much offense Marleau is going to bring. But there's talk of them looking to bring in offense up front, and I think they're going to go with Cam York in the back end. And that brings us to number 15. Number 15, Montreal. I'm going to take flack here for sure. It's a player that I saw. I can thank Draft Dynasty. Great channel. Check him out for this. I watched some highlights of him, and there's a couple reasons why I like him. Samuel Poulet, left winger for the, I'm not sure off my top of my head, the team. So, like I said, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments about how crazy I am for this pick. But hear me out, okay? So hear me out. For me, the guys I would have liked are gone now. Okay, so why not pick a local kid who has almost the same potential, if not the same potential as the guys that that are available at this pick right now, if the draft goes the way I'm saying, right? He's a local kid. I'm gonna find where I am. Right, Okay, take the chance that he's a boom and not a bust. If you're right, you have an instant local star that will draw big and create excitement around the team. And I honestly believe that he'll develop into a solid top 9, maybe top 6 NHLer if developed properly. And they got Joel Bouchard down there, who's doing the right things now and developing players. And yeah, I think it's a good idea. Now, honorable mentions for Montreal's first picks, for their 15th pick, first round pick. Philip Tomasino, did one on him. Center, Niagara Ice Dogs, 34 goals, 38 assists, 72 points last year. Got a lot of good attributes to him, good two-way player. Victor Soderstrom, defense, Finland. I think the Habs are very high on Finnish players. I think Finnish players are really leading the way in European players and the quality of European players. I think he may be the third or fourth best defenseman available in this draft of the players that I know of. And I think that's why I'll give him an honorable mention. And last one, an underrated guy from Russia, Daniel Mushil. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. He's a defenseman from Russia, a very underrated defenseman. 6'3", 176 pounds, and he can skate like the wind. I saw some highlights on him. Really nice looking pickup. So I also like to see them pick with their second round pick. They've got two. With one of them, a defenseman from another local kid for the same reasons, Samuel Bolduc. I did a video on him. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video and putting up with my last hockey draft, 2019 mock draft this season, I promise. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That's down there or up there, somewhere around. And so you won't miss any of my videos. And leave any comments in the section below, provided down there in the section below. And check out these two guys here. I'm going to put up a couple of videos here. Hope you like them. I'm going to pick them. And I guess that's it. Have a Bleu Blanc Rouge day from Talking Habs with me, Rick. Go Habs, go! Bye, y'all.